Hello and welcome back to our Food for Thought program. Today is Sunday. Giacomo is our dear guest once again. And we were thinking for today to give you some little tips, suggestions on some common mistakes that are easy to make when you come to Italy and also how to easily solve them. Hello,
Yeah.
Lucia. Hello, Giacomo.
Ciao,
Buongiorno.
buongiorno.
Okay, so you
Buongiorno.
have a very long experience, all of us actually, as tour leaders and tour guides. So I'm sure you have many ideas in your minds. And why don't you share maybe the most common errors that people, English-speaking people do when they come over and visit us?
Well, first of all, as yesterday we were visiting Pisa together, one of the first mistake is to pronounce the name of the city Pisa as the famous Italian dish pizza. So a lot of people are coming here and said, "Where is pizza? How can I get to pizza?" So pizza is something very different. When you want to go to the city with the Leaning Tower, you have to say Pisa. When you go to, eating with your friends, you are just having a pizza, which are two very different things. But also, we love to say that many of you pronounce the way in which we say thank you, which is grazie. You pronounce grazie as all the terms that in Italian end with E, which is written like E, that you pronounce E and we pronounce E. So as tagliatelle, that you say tagliatelli, or just, others that actually I'm not thinking about. What else? So come on.
Yeah, because in Italian, the thing is that in Italian, all letters matters and have an important role. So you pronounce letters exactly as they are, and you always pronounce it that way. So the E is always E or E. That's it. The A is always, no exception, A. The E, the I is always E in Italian. And I would like to stress here in particular the importance of the H, because in Italian it makes a big difference when you have the H, because you're very, very, very familiar with bruschetta. But bruschetta, the spelling is C-H-E, and the H makes the K or G sound. So every time in Italian, no exception, every time you find the H, the C becomes K, the G becomes G. So you say bruschetta, you want to say bruschetta. And for the same reason, you want to say pistacchio instead of pistachio. And these are two very common words among many.
But also, we want to say something that maybe can be very helpful when you go to the cafeteria and maybe you order something. Cora, shall you tell us, please, exactly the right way to order?
Well, mostly if you order a latte, latte in Italian just means milk. So if you want one of your lattes, you'll probably order a cappuccino, which is the dry version with the foam, or a caffè latte, which is the wet version with no foam. And it's kind of normal that tourists come and order for a latte and then they end up with a huge glass of milk, which is not always what they actually wanted.
Yeah, of course. And the other important thing is about panini. So many times for lunch time, if you want to have something quick, we are just going to have a panino, which is one panino and two panini or three panini. So we don't have a panini as you have, which is a kind of special toast bread filled with ham and cheese or vegetables that you can find with this name, panini. Panini to us is a way to create your bread with your vegetables, with your salami, with your cheese. You can fill it in the way which you want. And you can find very fresh panini with focaccia or with any different kind of bread that you can have without any sauce, without any. So the only one dress is oil, salt, and pepper. Giacomo, have you ever seen maybe clients ordering pizza and then asking for parmesan to put on?
Oh yes, of course. We have we have definitely very different traditions and tastes when it comes to what you put and what you want on your pizza between here and the rest of the world, actually. So many pizza kind of pizzas you will find in different parts of the world. You would never ever find it here in Italy, definitely.
Yes, and so when you order a pizza, if you want parmesan, you have to ask for that, as well as when you order a soda, for example. Most of the time you said, I just need to have a soda. So usually what do we serve? We serve the soda and the glass, sometimes with a slice of lemon. And instead, most of our clients expect to have a full glass of ice and the soda. So you have to ask for that because we don't serve it as you do. Do we have to share with our friends and clients some more tips about ordering or maybe mistakes that you can avoid and may be helpful?
I think probably the same words, there are a couple of words that are used differently in English and in Italian. Like you were talking about panini, which in English defines a specific kind of sandwich, while in Italian, panini just means sandwich. Same thing goes with gelato. Gelato is the Italian word for ice cream, whereas in English, gelato is a richer and a homemade kind of ice cream. So sometimes there are some miscommunications just because the same word has a completely different meaning. But once you order gelato here in Italy, whatever you get something good. So there's no
for sure.
That.
And the last important. Sorry.
About gelato, yes. What surprised me a lot is the fact that very often you order a gelato with one flavor only. They order, I mean, the Americans usually order a gelato with one flavor, which is surprising for me because all Italians I know, they get at least 2 flavors, even though the perfect combination for me is 3 flavors. So I never get a gelato with less than 3 flavors. Actually,
maybe
sometimes
top with whipped cream.
Exactly. While very often, many Americans order gelato with one flavor. So the only thing I like to specify before asking for the gelato, I say do it the Italian way, ask at least for 2 flavors, mix at least 2 flavors.
Well, so we share with you a lot of tips. So the very last one is really about tips, which are, kind of rule for many that are coming, many our friends that are coming mostly from the States. So we don't have the same rule that you have about tipping, but for example, people as tour guides, drivers, so all the ones that are living or working in tourism, they expected a tip if they have done a good job. Even it's not a rule, it's always nice if you leave it on the table or if you just give to anyone that offer you a great service to tip the person that worked or did something for you. Am I right, Cora, saying that?
Yeah, I mean, it's not compulsory, but it's a sign that you appreciate it. the service that was given to you. So it's just a kindness, and there is no percentage. It's just, you know, whatever you feel like leaving, if you feel like leaving it. So definitely. Okay, I think this is a wrap for this weekend. And I would like to thank again Giacomo very much for all of his insights.
It's just a very nice and dear person to us. So thank you so much, and thank you for bringing the beautiful countryside and the splendid rose that you.
Thank you for having me here. Grazie.
Ciao.
Goodbye. See you soon. Ciao, ciao, ciao.
Ciao.